Hello everyone and welcome to the first video on this channel. My name is Colin. I have been studying for my CCNA recently and have been practicing subnetting and have been doing all of the math by hand. And in this video we're going to be covering a Python script on doing all of the subnet calculations for us. So I'm going to clear that really quick. That was just from testing earlier. So I do have all this pre-typed on my second monitor just for ease of the video. So we're going to start here. So I guess first I'll just go over the script, what it's going to do. So we are going to input a network IP address and the subnet annotation, and then the number of subnets we want to make, and then it will output a CSV file with the subnet network addresses, broadcast addresses, subnet masks, number of usable hosts, and then the first and last usable host of each subnet. So to start here, we will import some libraries. We will import IP address. We will import math, import OS, and import pandas as PD. So we will start with our first function here, which we will call Subnet Calculator. And this will take in a network, which will be our IP address with our subnet annotation, and then we will put in our number of subnets we want. Alright, so to start here, we will do try, and then we will try to create a new network object. So then we will use IP address dot IPv for network, and then we want to use our network variable, and then we will do strict equals false. And then the strict equals false makes it so that if our subnet and IP don't align, we can still use them together. All right, so the next line we need to calculate our new amount of bits borrowed, the prefix length for our subnet mask. So then we will do our new underscore prefix underscore length equals network dot prefix length plus math dot seal math.log2 number of subnets. Alright, so then we'll do subnets. We will create a subnet array here. So we'll do, or list of subnets. So we'll do subnets equals list network.subnets new prefix equals new prefix length. That's what we want. And then if length of subnets, now here we're just doing some error checking here. So we want to do if length of subnets is less than number of subnets, raise value error. Not enough subnets. That's not what we had, but that'll work. All right, and then we just want to next create a array for the results, and then for subnet in subnets, open bracket, we want to do num subnets. This is kind of what we want, but not exactly, so we'll delete all that. Alright, so now here we're just going to loop through all of the subnets in our subnets array. And then we do not want to do results.append. We're actually going to delete all of this. This is not what we wanted. GitHub Copilot is not understanding, so we're going to do result equals. We're going to get a new result. So we'll do that. And then we want to do our subnet network address is our subnet.network address. That's what we want. So then we want to do our broadcast address next. And then our subnet mask next is correct. Then we want to do our number of usable hosts. We want to do our first usable host and our last usable host. Okay, and then after we create our result, we will add that to the results array. Then we will return results. And then we need to do an exception. We'll do value error as E. And then we will return, we'll do open square bracket, open curly bracket, error string E. Alright, so that is going to be the end of our subnet calculator function. So we'll just run through this again really quick. So we will try to create our network object using our IP and subnet. We will calculate the new prefix length for our new subnet mask. Create a new list of subnets using the new prefix. Loop through our subnets and throw errors if it's less than our number of subnets. Create a new result array, and then we will loop through our subnets, collect this information, add it to our results array, check for errors. And that's the end of our subnet calculator function. So the next we will create our main function where we will take in our input. So we want this to be an network address. That is actually what we want. We want to throw in an example here. Example 192.168.10.0/24 would be good. And then we want to do number of subnets equals our input. Enter number of subnets. That's good. All right. Next step, we need to actually run our function using our network and number of subnets variables we set. And then we will convert those results to a pandas data frame so we can export them to a CSV. Next, we need to get our current directory. This is not what we want. We want os.path.dir name. Yeah, we want real path is what we want. And then we need to create our output file. Scripts.dir subnet calculator. That's good. Then here we will convert our pandas data frame to a CSV using our output file path. And then we just want to print results saved so we know it's completed. And after that's done, we just need to run our main function. So if all goes as planned, we should be able to hit play. Our main function will start. It'll ask us to input our network address we want to use. Then it'll ask us to import the number of subnets we want to use. So we will just do something simple here and do the example one with 4 subnets. We should get a CSV file with 64 hosts per subnet. So 192.168.10.0/24, the 4 subnets. That worked pretty quick. We could open this up and then let's see. Number of usable hosts is green. We have 62 usable hosts, which is good. Then we should have one for our network address and one for our broadcast address. Subnet mask is correct. All this does look like it checks out. Thank you guys for stopping in on this video. If you'd like to see a video in the future where we take this data and output it to a GUI or create custom Cisco router files, let me know in the comments below.